Okay, so I'm a bit late to the party with this one. I completely forgot to do a video about it. But better late than never, right? Demetrius Andrade. Is it Andrade or Andrade? For the purpose of this video, I could use both, so don't shoot me down. But obviously we know now, or if you have been living on the moon or you've been so engrossed by Wimbledon or the World Cup, you probably don't know. But Demetrius Andrade looks like he might be fighting Billy Joe Saunders next. WBO, which is obviously a title that is held by Billy Joe Saunders, they've ordered that Demetrius Andrade face Billy Joe Saunders, or at least they discuss the idea of facing each other within 10 days. That was, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. So he's probably got a week left to kind of negotiate, vacate, or it goes to purse bids. Initially, I could make an argument for Billy Joe Saunders saying, look, I'm going to vacate. I could make an argument. A very small one, but I can make an argument. Billy Joe Saunders, though, in the last sort of couple of days has tweeted out September the 15th, Demetrius Andrade kind of lets go. I don't know if it's going to happen September 15th. I think that's the same day as Canelo versus GGG. But I could see how BT Sports would put Demetrius Andrade versus Billy Joe Saunders on, and then hopefully people then stay awake and tune in for GGG Canelo. So it could be a whole night of boxing, which for me as a boxing fan is never a bad thing. I think that Billy Joe Saunders, especially in those big wins, and you look at sort of, let's think of maybe 4 of his biggest wins. Chris Eubank Jr., some people might not class that as one of his big wins. I do. There was a lot riding that fight. I was actually ringside for that fight, and you could feel the tension. Chris Eubank Jr. was almost this unknown, if you like, and Billy Joe Saunders, well, completely outboxed him for the first 6 rounds at least, and then kind of was hanging on a bit. I think just down to fitness and fatigue more than anything. Andy Lee, great performance. Obviously, that's where he won the belt. Again, a fight that he was probably underdog in, but he came through, put down Andy Lee a couple of times, and again, a fantastic performance. William Monroe Jr., I thought was a good performance. And then obviously David Lemieux. And what I've noticed in all 4 of those fights is that he's just simply outboxed them. He's been that far above them with his boxing IQ and boxing ability that he's been able to just almost coast through. I don't think he outboxes Demetrius Andrade. I really don't. We're talking about a guy here that's World Championship gold medalist as an amateur, Olympic silver medalist, a guy that won the 154-pound belt quite early on in his career. Didn't do the things I think he should have at 154. At the time when he was champion, there were guys around that would have been really good fights from Lara, Cotto, Canelo was around, others like K9 was around. And I think he didn't have the fights he should have had. Again, I don't know if this is down to him, promotional company, management, but it was out of the ring for a long, long time. And now he's decided to jump up to 160. I remember I interviewed Demetrius Andrade on my Box Talk channel. You guys can check it. I interviewed him. And around that time, especially when he won that world title, I spoke to Dougie Fisher, and he was saying, give it 5 years and this kid would be pound for pound top 10. That's how highly rated everyone had him. Not just because of his amateur background, but he's 6'1", he's slick, he's a southpaw. So almost tick, 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 he's a nightmare for most people. That hasn't happened. But he's almost rejuvenated himself, gone to 160, and he's been calling out the big names. He hasn't got them yet, but he might get one September 15th. There are rumours that he's going to sign with Eddie Hearn and be one of the first marquee signings to this DAZN platform. Eddie Hearn has struggled to get the big names. This isn't necessarily a big name, but it's a big fighter. But it's a fantastic matchup. I do think it's tough for Billy Joe to win this, but I've counted out Billy Joe many times. But I think if it comes down to a boxing match, and we're just talking a pure boxing match, I do think Andrade's a better boxer than Billy Joe Saunders. But again, we've not seen Billy Joe Saunders go to the well yet. And I think there is a well there. And I think if it just comes down to having to grit your teeth and fight, I think Billy Joe Saunders definitely has that in his locker. But look, it's a great matchup. Billy Joe Saunders definitely isn't vacating the title. He needs that belt, because that belt means he gets an opportunity to fight the likes of Canelo and GGG and maybe even Danny Jacobs. But I think, and I've said this before, that rather than focus on Canelo and GGG, there are other good names in, I think, what is a star-studded middleweight division. And I think him fighting, potentially fighting Demetrius Andrade is great for the middleweight division. Canelo, GGG is another good one, obviously. Jacobs, Derevchenko is a good one. And it really leaves Charlo to kind of maybe get a fight against any of these top 6 or 7 guys. But it's good that finally it looks like we're getting a mix and not just everyone scrambling for the leftovers of Canelo and GGG. But look, great fight. Fingers crossed it happens. If it does happen, my money is on Demetrius Andrade. But in saying that, my money was on David Lemieux, my money was on Andy Lee, and my money was on Chris Eubank Jr. So definitely don't go with me when it comes to picking fights. But it's a great fight. What do you guys think of it? Leave your comments below. Who wins? And fingers crossed it happens, right? Because a lot of these fights are spoken about, and for some reason, other than what we know, they don't happen.